Well, happy day, folks. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back to Feral Woodcraft. My name is Joe. Thank you very much for being here today. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, you guys know that I've been really excited to show off this knife right here. This is an LT Wright knife. It is designed by Mitch Mitchell. It is the native survival knife. This knife has been super fun to play with over the last 3 weeks, give or take a little bit. As you can see, it is very dirty. I've actually already filmed the work part, or the show and tell part of this video today, so that's why the knife is dirty. But this knife is also very used. I've primarily been using this knife over the last 3 weeks, and I have really fallen in love with it. Now let's go ahead and start from the beginning, at least from the story time part of this. When I first saw this design, I was extremely intrigued. You got your classic Pukko-esque design blade profile up here, but then you have what looks to be a monstrous handle. And that really intrigued me. So I was like, okay, let's give that a whirl. Let's give that a try. Mitch knows what he's doing. In my entrance to the online bushcraft community, Mitch was kind of like one of the forefathers. If you wanted to see some classic bushcraft, a guy who knew what he was doing, you'd go check out Mitch's channel. I've learned a lot from him. I've been influenced a lot by him. The path that I've traveled in my bushcraft journey, so to speak, has been influenced a lot by him. So even though the handle looked a little bit off kilter to me, and I know I've heard that from other people too, I wanted to give it a try because Mitch knows what he's doing. And he was right. I have to be honest. No huff, no fluff. This handle is outstanding. It is absolutely outstanding, and honestly, it has nothing to do really with the size of your hand. But before I tell you why it has really nothing to do with the size of your hand, why this handle works so well, let me go ahead and get the specs out of the way so you guys are more informed about this knife and the particulars of it, and then we will get down to the nitty-gritty and showing this knife off to you guys. Again, the NSK, or Native Survival Knife, like I said, is designed by Mitch Mitchell. It is also, like I said, it is made by LT Wright Knives. The specs on it are, it does have a full tang. It is 01 high carbon tool steel. The scales are tan micarta with Ranger green liners. It does come with brass hardware, a 3.9 inch handle that is 3/32 inches thick. As always with an LT Wright knife, it comes with a crazy sharp 90-degree spine. It does have both the Native Survival and the LT Wright stamps on the blade. How does it work so well? You know, I've got big hands as far as I've got really long fingers, so the size of it does feel good to me as far as that goes. But it's more so long than it is around. And the way this is shaped, no matter what position you have your hand in, it locks it in your hand. It is really nice. I like it a lot. So no matter how you hold it, whether it's reverse grip, front grip, choke up, in the middle, or all the way to the back, the handle shape just locks it into your hand, and it is perfectly comfortable no matter where you are. I have used this knife hard for the last 3 weeks, and I have not gotten a single hot spot. I have had no hand fatigue. This handle is outstanding. Another aspect about the handle that I've really liked is that, you know, I'm a right-handed guy. You know, a lot of you guys are left-handed folks. Not very many of us are naturally ambidextrous. And I have noticed that when I get in a position where I need to do something with my offhand, the size of the handle allows me not to be so clumsy, because, you know, I'm not so used to bushcrafting and knife work with my offhand. We've talked about the handle quite a bit, so let's move on to the rest of the knife. Well, I have to be honest with you, it is pretty much your standard LT Wright. This is not a bad thing. I mean, LT Wright holds a pretty high standard in the bushcraft industry as far as both quality and construction, durability. You know, he's got that crazy sharp 90-degree spine. He knows what he's doing with his heat treat on steel. The edge retention on this thing is crazy, just like the rest of the knives I've used by him. This is one of the best profiles, in my opinion, as far as a true bushcraft blade goes. You know, because of the handle, going back to the handle, you know, it does kind of elevate this size blade, in my opinion, to being able to do just a little bit more than what you would regularly at least want to do with a knife of this size and profile. The grind is a little bit different. It seems to be a little bit shorter of a Scandi grind than he usually puts on. Which works extremely well. I have enjoyed using it quite a bit. Again, you know, most, if not all, of LT's Scandi grinds come with a very minute or micro secondary bevel, just because of the polishing process. Again, that works extremely well here. What we're doing here is making a Dakota fire pit, which basically is digging up a pit to build a fire in, but you also have a tunnel with a secondary hole off to the side, which allows for ventilation at the bottom of a fire. It just allows for an almost smokeless and very efficient fire lay. Here we go. The profile on the tip, it works incredibly well for digging out material for bow drill sets and stuff like that, or today kind of digging out that little, hand shovel or whatnot. So as I've kind of alluded to, with the blade profile itself, while a little bit different than most of anything else I have actually held in my hand or seen, it is pretty similar to a lot of other knives out there. Don't take me wrong, that is an excellent profile. I've really enjoyed using it, and I'm going to continue to use it long after this video. However, the handle design is something I really haven't seen before. As far as the size and just the way it fits your hand, it really elevates this knife to more than what it appears to be, in my opinion. Just to point it out, it does come with what you would consider your standard LT Wright style sheath. Good quality, good construction. You do have a ferro rod loop over here that will fit a 3/8 easily, but we probably could knock that up to a little bit bigger without much issue. Soup is done, it looks like. Yep, we're boiling. Red lentils are done. So you can see the fire's about out. We have a nice coal base, and that air tunnel coming up underneath this Dakota fire hole is just pushing that heat up on this pan. So it's still boiling, even though the coals are a good 6 or 8 inches away. Pretty cool. Let's get this off before it burns. This is just red lentils boiled with some onions and some sausage, with a fancy helping of Dan's Mountain Magic. This stuff is awesome. I love this stuff. It goes good on everything but about pancakes and Oriental food. Well, folks, that is excellent, by the way. I encourage you to try it. It's very simple, but very good. But we're not here to talk about food. My overall thoughts on the knife: do I recommend it? Do I like it? Number one, yes, I absolutely do like it. I like it a lot. Do I recommend it? Very much so. If this style of knife is something you're interested in, if you're into a classic bush style type knife with more of a modern-esque type handle twist, it does work incredibly well. I've been very impressed with the handle and the blade alike. And that being said, folks, I do believe the pre-order is still going on. I'll put links in the description that you can follow to find out more about this knife. You can, if you choose to do so, that you can also pre-order it as well. Pre-order price is $175. There is a $5 or $6 shipping and handling fee as well. So it's around $180 to get this to you. Anyway, guys, I have had a lot of fun showing this blade off to you today, both here on YouTube, also on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. If you want to follow me there, links are in the description as well. Thank you very much for being here today. I do appreciate your time very much. If you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Also, if you enjoyed it and want to see more, there's a subscribe button right down here. Please make use of that. And as always, hit up the comments section. Let's talk about this knife. You can ask me questions. If I didn't answer something that you're wondering about this knife, go ahead and ask me there, and I will do my best to answer your question. And I guarantee that someone will know the answer, even if I don't. Thank you very much again for being here, and I will see you next time. Hope you guys have a great day.